Okay, perfect. So thank you for joining me on this lovely Saturday for our, what is this, I think our fourth or so workshop series.
Yeah,
And
there's a fourth.
yeah,
the fourth one.
today's going to be a bit different in terms of it's more an informational and more of a discussion as opposed to we're going to be doing assignments. So I'm going to go through what today's agenda is. So today we're going to be talking about accounting services. We're going to look at the 8 best accounting softwares for 2022. We're going to look at registration of business name with the CRA. We're going to look at HST rules for not-for-profit organizations. And then we're also going to look at a glossary of terms and acronyms that they utilize. So as we know what the output of this project is supposed to be, and we've gone through most of them, right? We've done the strategic planning, focusing on funding sustainability. We've done the training on developing strategies to strengthen organization power to build strong mutual influence relationships within the organization with clientele and stakeholders. We've done the board of director training, focusing on your responsibility and contribution to organizational operational efficiency in areas of accountability and ethical policy decision-making. We've done executive staff leadership training, focusing on program management sustainability for the strategic plan. We did training on HR policies and procedures. And we've done leadership training on essential communication, collaboration, and management skills needed to empower and inspire innovation and teamwork. Today, we're going to be focusing on accounting services and registration of business name and HST with the CRA. Our next session, we're going to focus on financial policy review and improvement. So that's going to be a little more comprehensive and take a lot more time, which is why I didn't want to do both of them in this one session. So today's session is not going to be like the 2 hours we're used to. It'd probably be just over an hour, which kind of gives you back a bit of your Saturday, but it's going to be more informational and discussion. And then after that, we'll do staff training on how to use virtual platforms safely and effectively. And then my team and I will start working on your strategic planning reports and recommendations for your organization and operational effectiveness, which we could have a session on that and just discuss those recommendations. And then our final session will have a data review and analysis. So we're coming down close to the end of our training.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with talking about accounting services and what does accounting services include? So common accounting services include tax preparation and consultation, tracking expenses and revenues, and so much more. And accounting is about producing accurate financial records and maintaining efficient record-keeping practices. How are you guys doing that now? Tell me about what you're doing now currently for your, accounting services. What do you do?
Well, for our accounting services, we just keep note of everything that we spend through our check and balance.
Okay.
Then we, at the end of the month, we get the bank reconciliation statement from the bank, which we keep. So we compare our receipts, everything we keep there.
Okay.
And time for tax, we'll give it to, there's a tax company that will get to the tax man.
Yeah.
And he compared that with a bank reconciliation statement. We get it by month. Every month we have it. We give him that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we give him all the receipts. And then he put all together, and then he filed the tax for the past almost 4 years now.
Okay. So you have a bit of a system in place.
Yeah, a little bit of system. Yeah. Now 100%, but at least it's visible.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
So we state here that record keeping covers billing records, taxes, bank reconciliations, which you talked about, general ledger and payroll records based on periods of time. Bookkeepers also work to generate financial statements for review. All of this falls under accounting, but an accountant can offer much more financial guidance than someone whose role falls entirely under bookkeeping or record keeping. So you say you have a tax person, but you don't necessarily have an accountant, right?
No, we don't have an accountant. Yeah.
Okay. And beyond taxes and records, accountants advise clients on their business by identifying areas that negatively affect its profitability and growth. Services can include consulting on computer systems, business valuations, and retirement decisions. So as your organization grows and as you're looking to do bigger things and get more funding, you're going to find it necessary that you have some additional systems in place, or even hire a bookkeeper or an accountant that just works with you on a regular basis to ensure all of these compliances are in place, not just during tax season or not just like once a month. Like you're going to have to really have somebody on top of this all the time to manage the financial statements. Do you have financial statements? As your tax person doesn't do financial statements for you, do they?
No, he does the financial statement too.
So you have income statements, balance sheets, cash flow statements, all of those things.
Not balance sheet, just expenditure and thing, income and revenue, and expenses.
Okay. So right now I'm going to tell you about the 8 best accounting softwares for 2022. And these are things that you can, like systems and programs that you can put in place to help, as opposed to just your bank statements.
Okay.
And I use a couple of them as well. So let's start. So for 2022, they say the best overall is called FreshBooks. And FreshBooks is a Canadian-based company that was founded in Toronto in 2003. It uses cloud-based accounting and invoice software that can be accessed via iPhone, Android, and iPad apps. FreshBooks features include payment reminders, recurring invoices with customizable options, including due dates and discounts, online credit card payments, multi-currency and language billing, automatic tax calculations for sales tax, tax-friendly expense categories, remembered vendors, time tracking with a Chrome browser extension, bank deposits, recurring payments, and auto bills with bank integration, tax help integrations with tax apps, estimates, deductions, and filing tools, and easily integrates with other products, including G Suite and Gusto. So I use G Suite to run my business. That's like how I have all of my Google Docs and files and folders and Gmail and all of that stuff to help with my business. And sometimes having these just automatically added to your Gmail account they just start to disperse invoices and everything through the system so that they're automatically counting for you. They say the runner-up to the best overall is Intuit QuickBooks. Do you know about QuickBooks?
No.
Okay. So QuickBooks is an accounting software developed and marketed by Intuit. It offers cloud-based software as well as separate desktop options you can purchase and download. Its products are typically geared towards small and medium-sized businesses, and over 7 million businesses use this software. And features of QuickBooks include financial institution integration, as well as integration with PayPal, Square, Shopify, and more. It helps to file quarterly and annual tax returns with user guides and exporting tax data. Sales tax calculations, returns, and recorded tax payments. It automatically sorts transactions and expenses into tax categories. It tracks expenses in one place. You can scan receipts and attach them to invoices. You can share with your accountant or export documents, which that part I love about it. You can create customized reports with cash flow tracking visible on your dashboard, and it tracks miles with your smartphone's GPS. So I have a bookkeeper and I have an accountant. So my bookkeeper reconciles all of my invoices for clients, all of my expenses, and my bookkeeper uses QuickBooks. So my bank accounts are linked to QuickBooks, so she can easily go and reconcile everything for me, because it ends up being a lot. If you're trying to do it yourself, it could be a lot. So I have her do that for me. But my accountant, because I have an accountant as well, is also connected to my QuickBooks account. So therefore, he now, when it comes time to do taxes or filings or to give me strategic advice with regards to my business, he already is connected to that. She does the day-to-day nitty-gritty work, but then he gets to see the overall big picture and then can advise me on how best to move for my business and profitability going forward. And he also does my taxes. So when it comes tax time, everything is already there and it makes it seamless. And what's even better is I am not really involved, which is the best part for me. They may send me one email a month asking me, can you explain what this e-transfer was for or whatever, but that might be 2 or 3 things, which takes me 5 minutes and then it's done. Like I'm no longer involved. And I think QuickBooks is a really good system. So when you're thinking about growing and when you're expanding, this might be something that you might want to look into, or get a bookkeeper who utilizes this, which makes your life so much easier. Then they have the best for multiple users, which is called Sage Business Cloud Accounting. Sage Business Cloud Accounting, formerly known as Sage One, is a global brand that offers online accounting and business services. It was founded in 1981 in Newcastle, England, as a way to develop estimating and accounting software specifically for small businesses. It's now cloud-based and allows you to choose your industry, company size, and needs. It will match you with specific accounting solutions and is used by over 6 million businesses. Sage Business Cloud Accounting's features include manage business finances and cash flow, accept and receive payments, create and send invoices, manage payroll, available on all devices so you can check your financials on the go, integrate with your financial institution and other apps, including AutoEntry, Zinc, and more, tax compliance tools. It has a dashboard view with easy to read financial reports and analysis, which I love, inventory control, forecast cash flow, share access with your accountant in real time on any device, and add-ons such as human resources management and estimating. This one is best for experienced accountants, which may not be you, but maybe you might have an accountant that uses this, and it's Account Edge Pro. An Account Edge Pro is a desktop accounting software for small businesses, and this was founded in 1989 and has developed new features and enhancements over the years. If you need to access your finances on the go or from your smartphone, you can use their cloud-based app or their hosting platform. It's geared towards small to medium-sized businesses, has a basic version and a pro version, and offers comprehensive accounting solutions full of customizations. And Account Edge Pro's features include bank feeds with integration, direct deposit, inventory management, payment processing. It turns quotes into invoices, customer and vendor management, full service payroll, free accountant copy, unique sales tax codes per line item on a single invoice, data sync with company files, and email support. The best value is Wave Accounting. So this is another software that I use. So ProWave Accounting was founded in Toronto in 2010 and provides software and financial services. It's an invoicing and accounting software that also has credit card processing and payroll services. It's cloud-based, easy to use, and can be used by business owners with no accounting or bookkeeping experience, which is how I started, which is why I love it. And all of your data is backed up for extra security, and you can connect your bank accounts to sync your expenses at any time from anywhere. Wave Accounting's features include unlimited income and expense tracking, track sales tax on income and expenses, it has a double entry system, you can have multiple users, there's a dashboard with easy to read financials, you can organize income and expenses into tax categories, and reports including profit and loss statements and cash flow. So for me, this is what I use for invoicing. When I'm invoicing my clients, I use Wave Accounting, and it makes it so easy. I could do it from my phone. I could do it from my computer. I could send a client an invoice. I know when I get paid. I could send a client a receipt. And what's even better is my bookkeeper is also attached to this. So when she's doing reconciliations through QuickBooks on the transaction she sees in my account, she just goes into Wave and could pull up the correct invoice to match with that. So again, it makes me completely hands-off, and it's so easy for me to use. If I could use it from my phone and I'm on the go and I can send a client an invoice and get paid and send receipts, and I don't have to be stuck at my computer, that works for me. And so this is something like if you're invoicing clients or if you're invoicing somebody, this is something that you can use. And I like it too, because it's a Canadian-based company.
Yeah.
And then we have best extra features, which is Xero. And Xero is a web-based accounting system designed for small and growing businesses. It was founded in New Zealand in 2006 and is used by small business owners, accountants, and bookkeepers. No accounting knowledge is necessary, and it's generally considered easy to set up and use. It's cloud-based and also has Android and iPhone apps. It's known for its intuitive, easy to read dashboard and can be used to collaborate with multiple users. including team members, employees, and your accountant. And Xero's features include create expense claims, send invoices, fast bank reconciliation and integration with your financial institution, and over 800 add-on apps, including HubSpot and Square, up-to-date financial reports, business data protected, real-time cash position, and you can collaborate with staff or your accountant. Then we have the best for e-commerce businesses, which is GoDaddy. And GoDaddy also is a website platform where you could build your websites. So this was established in Baltimore, Maryland in 1997, and GoDaddy is a big name in the web hosting and web creation space. But it also offers accounting software, which actually doing my research, I found this out. I did not even know they had accounting software, but it makes sense. It has tools to automate and organize your bookkeeping and accounting solutions and requires no prior accounting knowledge. And you can automatically create and send invoices, accept online payments, and view business reports. And GoDaddy's features include syncing with online retailers, online payment processing, track sales and expenses, create and send invoices, recurring invoices, and view business reports, including profit and loss. And I think it makes sense because if you're creating your website on the GoDaddy platform and hosting it there, then having something like this automatically integrated into your website makes it easy for them and easy for yourself. So that's good if you're getting into that web development part. And then you have best for automation, which is Zoho Books. And I know a lot of companies that use Zoho and love it. Zoho Corporation was founded in 1996 in India and is represented around the world. Its online accounting software lets you track finances, create invoices, collaborate with your accountant in real time, and more. It includes multiple products, including accounting software, customer relationship management tools, which is a CRM, I think, which we talked about prior in one of our sessions, especially around human resources, and inventory control and human resource management software. So Zoho Books features include tax compliance and audit reports, sales orders, invoicing, end-to-end accounting. You can reconcile bank transactions. It has a client portal, reports and schedules, automatic tax calculations, and 1099 forms and sales tax reports that can be exported. So those were like the top 8 accounting software programs that are utilized by businesses. And you're going to get a copy of this presentation, which is in the folder that I share with you. And so you can go through and read up on them and see which best might help you, because as your organization grows, it's good to put these systems in place early so that you're not scrambling as you have more members, or you're working with more vendors, or you're looking for more donations, and get somebody like a bookkeeper and accountant that utilizes one of these systems, and it makes your life so much easier. So you can just focus on doing what you do, which is run your organization.
Okay.
And it'll help your treasurer with the end of month reconciliations and stuff like that.
Cool.
Great.
That's great information. Yeah.
I'm glad. So now we're going to talk about registration of business names with the CRA and what is a CRA business number. So are you already registered with the Canada Revenue Agency with your organization?
Yeah, we already registered. We registered a long time ago, since 2017.
So you have your business number already?
Oh yeah, we do.
Okay, perfect.
We have our business registration.
And you have your HST and everything?
What's HSE?
Sales taxes. Your HST number.
No, because we are community oriented organization. So
Still,
yeah.
Okay, so we'll go through all of this.
Yeah, we only have the CRA business number.
Okay, we'll go through this, and then we're eventually going to get to the HST part.
Okay.
So what is a CRA business number? So you know that your business number is a unique identifier that makes it easier to separate your business from others, especially those who may have a similar name when dealing with the government. It is also the first step to registering for a specific CRA account, such as the GST HST account. So do you guys use GST over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got GST.
Use GST. Here we use HST.
We got GST and PST.
Okay, so you're still on that system. We used to be on that system. So PST is 8%, GST is 7%. Is that how it worked?
Yeah, the same 15 total. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for us, they combined the two and then we gave us HST and they made it 13%. So it's supposed to be better because you're only paying, you're paying 2% less.
Yeah.
However, there's no separation where, on some goods, you would only pay GST and not HST, or in reverse
Oh,
here, or sorry, GST or PST, but here HST is applied to most things. So you don't get a
oh, okay.
separation. You can't just pay 7% or the 8%. You're always going to pay 13%, period.
Oh, yeah. We pay 15 total.
So yeah, so I was saying, so it's also the first step in registering for specific CRA accounts such as GST, HST account, or a payroll deductions account. When you register for other CRA programs afterwards, your account number for them will include your 9-digit business number. So it's like a SIN number for your business and a numerical way for the government to handle the information it needs to help you succeed. So they say. So how do I know if I need a business number, right? You need a business number if you incorporate or need a CRA program account. You'll receive your, sorry, you'll need a business number, or you'll receive your business number if you register using business registration online, register for any CRA program accounts like GST, HST, payroll deductions, or import export, incorporate your business federally, register or incorporate your business with these provinces. So British Columbia, Manitoba, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Saskatchewan, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island. Do you have payroll? Do you have people on payroll in your organization as yet?
No.
Okay, so that's why we're talking about this, because as you grow and you have payroll and those kind of things, this is going to be important to register for your tax account and your payroll accounts. So how do I know if I need a business number? There are also specific federal and provincial programs which necessitate a business number, even if you might not meet one of the criteria above. You can learn more about those on the government webpage. That's under resources at the end. And there are also circumstances where you'll need to request a new business number, such as when you change the legal ownership or structure of your business. So how do I register for a business number? You can register online for both your business number as well as a number of CRA program accounts using the CRA's business registration online tool, also referred to as BRO. And BRO is intended for use by a business owner, a third-party requester, a representative with a rep ID or group ID, an individual that employs a caregiver, a babysitter, or a domestic worker. So I have obviously a CRA business account online. And for my accountant to do my taxes and stuff on my behalf, they give me their rep ID and I just register that rep ID on the CRA website so that they have access to go and do my taxes on my behalf, which I obviously can see as well. But that just, again, makes my life easier where I don't have to worry about those dynamics. I could just go look at what they did, observe, sign off on things, and they just have access to do that on my behalf. So how do you register for your business number? You can use BRO if you have all of the following. So a valid social insurance number and an income tax return filed with the Canada Revenue Agency. You cannot use BRO if you have any of the following, which is an invalid SIN, a SIN that starts with a 9, an income tax return that was never filed with the CRA, a GST or HST program account to register for business located in Quebec, non-resident business, or Bear Trust to register. And what is Bear Trust? It's an arrangement under which the trustee can reasonably be considered to act as an agent for all the beneficiaries under the trust with respect to all dealings with all of the trust's property. So you cannot use BRO if any of these situations apply to you. Once registered for your business number, you can also apply for the following CRA program accounts using BRO, which is corporation income tax, which is what I do, GST, HST, payroll deductions, import export, registered charity, which is what you are, and information returns. So what do I need to register for a business number? As a business owner or third-party requester, you may provide all of the following: last name, social insurance number, date of birth, personal postal code where you live. And when applying for your business number, have the following information available, which is your business name, your business number, which you already have, the type of business or organization, right? Which is sole proprietor, partnership, corporation, or registered charity. Name and SIN of the owners as required, a physical address, a mailing address if it's different from your physical address, a description of major business activities, so what you do. And registration of HST with the CRA is in New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island. Harmonize their provincial sales tax with the GST, which is what I told you. So harmonized sales tax, or HST, is charged on supplies made in those participating provinces instead of the GST. And generally, the HST is charged on supplies of the same types of goods and services as the GST. So who has to register for the GST or HST account? You have to register for a GST HST account if both situations apply. One is that you make taxable sales, leases, or other supplies in Canada unless your only taxable supplies are real property sold other than in the course of a business. Or two, you have exceeded the small supplier threshold of 30,000 in gross taxable sales over the last 4 consecutive calendar quarters. Also, if you are a self-employed taxi driver or commercial ride-sharing driver, kind of like Uber, you have to register for the GST HST, even if your annual gross income is under 30,000. And to set up the account, you have to visit this specific website, which is canada.ca/business-registration-online. And your business entity will be assigned a 9-digit business number, or BN, during registration. And once you receive that business number, you can then register for GST HST program account called your RT account. So we're going to go through the glossary of terms and acronyms for not-for-profits, right? So we have charity, which is what you said. Charitable organizations in Canada are registered under the Canadian Income Tax Act as either a charitable organization, public foundation, or private foundation. And these organizations must use their resources for purposes that benefit the community, like poverty relief or advancement of education or religion, which is what you said you are, right? You're a registered charity.
Sure.
And we have not-for-profit organizations. So do you have a charity number?
Not yet. We don't have a charity number.
Okay, so really what you are is a not-for-profit then.
Yes, NPO.
Okay. So that's an organization, association, or club that is not a charity as of yet, but that exists for any reason except profit. So social welfare, civic improvement, recreation.
Exactly.
Okay. A qualifying not-for-profit organization is an NPO whose percentage of government funding is at least 40% of its total revenue. So that's probably kind of where you fall.
Yeah, for now, we can be considered in that bracket too.
Okay. And a small supplier is a not-for-profit organization whose revenue from total worldwide taxable supplies is 50,000 or less in any single calendar quarter and in the last 4 consecutive calendar quarters. An ICT is an input tax credit. A credit GST or HST registrants can claim to recover those taxes for property or services acquired or imported into Canada. And a PSB is a public service body's rebate, which is a rebate of the GST or the provincial part of the HST paid or payable on eligible purchases and expenses if you are a charity, a QNPO, or selected public service body. So there might be some rebates that you can potentially get on eligible purchases and expenses. So that's something that you talk to your accountant about as well, if you're looking for any types of rebates. So this is just good information to have, especially like around tax time when you're doing this or when you're planning. At least you have an idea of what you should be asking for, talking to somebody about.
Okay.
So now we're going to talk about HST rules for not-for-profit organizations, or in your case, GST, PST rules, right? So they said NPOs, or not-for-profit organizations, are required to register for GST or HST when they provide taxable supplies in Canada, when they exceed the small supplier threshold of 4 consecutive quarters or in a calendar quarter. Charities must meet 2 tests before there is a requirement to register for GST HST. So the first is the $50,000 taxable supplies test for small suppliers, as stated in the glossary. The second is the 250,000 gross revenue test. And this is when a charity's annual gross revenue is 250K or less. And if a charity exceeds the 50,000 threshold of taxable supplies, but is still under 250, annual gross revenue, they're considered a small supplier because only one test was sufficiently met. However, they need to meet both of these criteria to be able to register for GST HST. So maybe you're not necessarily there yet in terms of, reaching the
The
$250
figure,
million
yeah,
to register for GST HST. But as you start getting there, because as you get more funding, as we start to implement these strategies, because we talked about strategies to generate more revenue, events, donations, selling merchandise potentially, it'll get you to that level. So you want to make sure that when you're performing these revenue generating exercises and activities, that in the back of your mind, or at least your accountant is aware of these things so that they can have proper tax planning for you and make sure you're in compliance and doing the necessary things that you need to do. So even if you don't necessarily have one yet, it's good to probably start talking to them and let them know what the plans are, especially when we finish with our training and we have your strategic plan in place and this is what you're looking to do. You start looking for that accountant and bookkeeper to make sure that these systems are in place. So as you're growing, you're not now scrambling to find the person that you need, but you already have talked to people and put them in place, and they now know your plan for your organization, and they can help you to ensure that you're in compliance with everything tax related, and that there are no issues, and that the funds are being distributed as they need to be. And we're going to put proper financial policies in place as well.
okay.
Okay.
So it says like NPOs do not have to register for GST HST if the following items put them over the threshold. So sale of capital property, if you sell a building, financial services, or goodwill in the sale of your business. And like I said, today's a shorter, if more informational session, because we're just going through and understanding really what needs to be done in terms of registering for HST, registering for your business number, where you're standing as an organization, and what you need to do going forward. But next time, we're going to start looking at your financial policies. Does your organization have any financial policies in place as of yet?
It's not a set one, but just something to follow in the meantime. They keep out of trouble.
So you have something?
Yes, yes.
Oh, awesome. Maybe you could send it to me so I could kind of take a look at it before our next session and
Okay.
advise on it. Give me some ideas of what policies you have in place currently.
Well, that's a talk about the check and balance.
Uh-huh.
Basically, that's the main thing we deal with for now, and then our monthly bank reconciliation statement. So we always track our spending through the checkbook,
Mhm.
and then we know how much we spend, and then we can compare with the bank, and then we know what our balances are. At the end of the year, we put our receipt together,
Yeah.
and then we give it to the tax man. So then our tax is done. So basically, that's what we've been doing for the past 4 years now.
And do you
But
have any written policies in place?
No.
oh no, for rating policy, no.
Okay.
Such as
Credit policies. What do we do with funds as they come in? How do we ensure that
No.
certain programs are getting the adequate funding? How do we ensure that funds are being utilized as they're supposed to? What policies do we have in place? Credit policies. I know you have like, how you say your checks and balances and your reconciliation policies for your bank statements, but like kind of those things that we're talking about, systems that you have in place, software that you utilize to help with this, to keep things transparent. Any dispute resolution things that happen in case there's, some kind of dispute with regards to the finances. Who's in charge of that specifically, and how many signatures are needed for things on bank statements? Like those are all the types of policies that we kind of go through.
okay. For signature, we have 3 persons. So
that's
but
good.
the others we don't have. Yeah.
We don't have the policy, yeah.
We have 3 signatories though.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
That kind of gives me an idea. So you don't really have anything written down as of yet.
Yeah.
No.
So next time we meet, that is really going to be what we work on, is to start building out some financial policies for the organization. And the reason why is because as you go for larger funding opportunities, especially with larger grants from the government, they're going to want to know that you have financial policies in place to handle these large funds. Let's say we apply for a grant for $250,000, $500,000 to do what we need to do. Like they want to know that you know how to handle that you have people
for sure
to help you manage, and that you have financial policies set up so that everything is, transparent and everybody knows what their role is and how things are going to flow through the organization. It increases your chances of getting more and larger funding opportunities, which is what you want.
For sure.
Right. So I'm glad that we had this preamble and this kind of pre-discussion so that we know what it is that we got to work on for the next time. So next time we're going to be rolling up our sleeves and really delving deep into policies. I'm going to come with some ideas. We're going to draft it together, and at least you'd have that actual document that's going to be part of your strategic plan that you can follow and even present to the government when you're applying for these grants to be like, we already have this, and this is what we've come up with. And it just sets you up even better.
Okay.
Okay.
And these are the resources. I'm going to share this slide presentation with you. I'll email it to you immediately after this, so you can go and check out some of these websites if you need. Especially, I want you to have the list of the 8 financial systems that we just talked about to help with your accounting and get those in place, and maybe start looking to put some in place or find yourself a bookkeeper or an accountant and what they might use. It makes things a little bit easier for you and to manage, that you have your own system and not just relying on the bank statements.
Okay.
All right. Janger's quiet, but you get at least back most of your Saturday today for the first time since working with me. I'm not dragging it on for 2 hours.
I was shot. That was a shot and nice one.
Yeah. Very informative.
Janga is very happy.
Yeah, she is. She's like, I get the rest of my day back.
So why is Rahi? He's not coming on?
I guess
No, I don't
not.
think-
No, he has so many things going on, but he knows, I can handle this. So
Yeah, he the one that sent a link. So
okay, so he knows. I spoke to him last night because we had a meeting last night, and he knows, but he has a lot going on, so he's aware of what we're doing. So you can reach out to him later and let him know. And I'm going to share this with you personally, so you have this for yourselves. And I'm recording the session, so you have that as well. And next time when we meet next month, which probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to be working on your financial policy, because that needs to get done.
Okay.
You have our individual emails, or you're gonna send it to
I only have one. Do you think you could put your emails in the chat?
Which one you have? Mine?
I think I have yours. Yeah.
Okay,
Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you the one that I have. Let me go and see, because I sent.
I've received email.
Oh
from you
no,
before.
I have Janger's, jangerbond@gmail.com.
That's the only one, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna send mine. They will send the other one
Can
too.
you put it in the chat? Do you know how to put it?
Yeah.
How do we put it in the chat?